Yeah, so we are going to get here started. Quarterfinals matchup, guys, of Question Marks versus Team Blue. Blue is going to be the warm team here. Blist, Zedalot, and Varlalal, as they hate my tongue and Musashi over there with Question Marks and Shar and Afe. Or Afi. But yeah, definitely looks like Afi going to be running that signature Alchemist, as the stream did let me know. But we also have themselves a Seeker. So again, those Seekers going to get hit next week, guys, with that Nerf bat. But this seems to be a pretty standard setup here for Blue. They have a huge amount of control with that Stalker Thorn combo. And we do have Shire running the Rennet. So Beyond Gaming Cup number 3 quarterfinals, guys. Big thanks to Justin TV, QPad, Thermal Take for making all of this possible. And let's see what we can get going here in this first map. Now this is something Bliss likes to do. He likes to jump there into the midi. He gets off those mushrooms onto Musashi, but big damage going down on top of Zedalot. Zedalot now a good amount of distance from Varlalal, so he has to get back for some more healing, but big damage. Wow, Zedalot already down to half, and Bliss just trying to come in here, but this Seeker is doing damage, man. Look at this, already bringing everyone down. The health pools are so different at this point that Zedalot is taking such a beating, but wow, look at that. Musashi instead going to be the one, actually, sorry, not Musashi. It doesn't look like Afi is the one that took the big beating there from Bliss and Zedalot. So never underestimate that. We got the double ultimate go down as well. Musashi looking to drop. He does drop indeed, but oh, look at that sleep right there onto Shar, and he cannot move at all with those mushrooms. Actually, I don't think he's choosing to move at all.
Yeah, I think he's just chilling out there. He's not gonna let it stop him. It wants to die. You know, you get 2 of your teammates down. Everybody's sitting pretty healthy. You're not gonna make it out of that situation. But, this is the kind of comp that they're running. They're running a rushdown comp. You get Thorn in there. He has insane control. And against an Alchemist, Thorn is essentially an Alchemist killer. You get any kind of good DPS, tunnel DPS to back him up. You got Ranted, you got Seeker, you got all these sorts of these choices. But Stalker, of course, very good at killing Alchemists, with the M1 hero going. No silence to stop him on this cold team. So he's going to do a lot of damage to Afe if they can get things lined up, as already Afe's at 60%, and this is what I'm talking about. Gets pulled back in by Blitz. Afe is sitting pretty right now. Blitz going to keep that pressure on there, and Zedalot, he's got the barrier. He's going to try and get that counter with the Dark. The Black Dagger out onto Shawir. We have the Thorns come out on Afe, gets pulled back in, and that is it. Too much damage to be dealt with. Afe playing an Alchemist. Yes, you have insanity heals, but your positioning needs to be flawless. You cannot take the slightest risk as you have no space. So you have the barrier to keep you alive, but once that is down, you were just sitting pretty. Easy pickings, and Bliss P and Darlal are not going to let any kind of mistake pass up. They're going to put so much damage out, and already we got the battle out status going. We're going to have the Thorn Wall in a second here if Shawir, decides to space, and there it is. Whoa, Roots nails him mid-jump. Bliss with a sniper, but not going to matter at all as he goes down. That's what's coming down to, man. They're going to rush down Afe. Stalker designed to just tunnel and get the insane damage out with the M1s and all the amplified damage abilities that she has. And Thorn, just the perfect character to keep Alchemist in line and in position for that damage to happen. So we have to see, what Musashi's team here, what Question Mark can do to deal with this kind of rush down strategy.
Yeah, Blitz and Zedalot not going to be leaving that Alchemist alone. And once you're in that corner, guys, it doesn't matter what character you are. You do not want to be in a corner. Shire here is out in the open, but he's taking a huge amount of damage. Looks like he jumped and then used his stealth to try to get out of that. But no, he had full energy. It's not going to matter. He goes down. Blitz is keeping this damage up. So it looks like they did not go after Afe that round, but instead it was going to be Shire. And Shire is actually now dead. So Zedalot was complaining a little bit about the packet loss, but despite that, he still seems to be doing fairly well for himself. Kind of like the whole Zab thing with him, no idea. But look at that, Musashi going to be grabbing a snipe there off onto the Thorn, and now he is going to go 1 versus 2 against Zedalot as well as Varlalal here. But I'm not too sure it's going to be enough. He is landing a lot of damage, however, but he's kind of out of tricks, and now Zedalot is going to try his bestest to M1 himself to death. Oh, we got the sleep off, and bam, there we go. That wasn't, I don't even think he used an ultimate that round, but soldier boy. But look at that. Blue taking out Musashi 3-0, no problem.
No problem, man. And that's a good combo use of Black Dagger and Sleep. Black Dagger, they're unable to move, they're unable to do anything. And of course, Varlal sees, he's probably going to illusion straight out of it, because my Seeker Zedalot wants to get in there, land that M1 to get the kill. He did it last time, illusioned, repositioned, and was getting the damage out. So I'll just sleep him out of that Black Dagger, not allow him to do anything about it, and Zedalot's going to come in, nail him from behind. So it's these little things, you know, that are going to matter. And also, you know, we're talking about them rushing down Afe, but Shawir, you know, opting to really go offensive and get in there and try and do some damage. Musashi hanging back, you know, to protect Afe from Zetalot. But Shawir, you know, I guess he thought, you know, he was going to get a bit more team support. Went like balls deep and just got completely punished for that. Blisp and believe Varlol, you know, not going to let an opportunity like that pass up. You know, even a Ranid who has a lot of mobility cooldowns and ways to just be plain annoying and avoid damage, it's not going to matter one bit if he uses those abilities just to get in position. Then he's just a sitting duck. So I guess, you know, what he was expecting was for Blisp to get in there and support Zetalot and try and, you know, keep that pressure rolling, go with the same strat as Afe. It just did not work out in his favor at all. Blisp, noticing that he had used those movement abilities, he's like, well, I could go for the Alchemist, but you're looking so pretty right there. I might as well give you a kiss. And, you know, that's what happened. Too much damage. Shawir had a huge disadvantage right off the start, 20% HP, and, you know, it goes down. Nothing you can do about that.
So is that how we say his name? Shawir?
Shawir?
Shaw.
You know, I don't know. Dude.
I call him Shawir or Shawir. Yeah.
Shawir.
Shower?
He's a shower. I don't know.
Shower?
He's get clean, dude. I don't know. What is it? Dirty weekend?
Okay, maybe not shower. But, yeah. We are just going to be waiting here for Zetalot to come back in. As if you did look at any of the packet loss in that round, he had anywhere from like 5 to 70%, which is I can only imagine that the game's like a slideshow for him. But as I said, you know, he did play, you know, fairly decent right there. Now these guys are a grade 25 team, Semmler, and we've never really seen them before until this tournament. But what do you think of their play? I mean, they knocked out Musashi here first map 3-0, no problem.
Oh, dude, it's stand-up play. Like, this is top-level competition we're watching here. And that's the thing, you know, if you get to grade 25, it means you're doing something right. It means you have your teamwork down, you got your coordination, you have all the bases covered. Because that's really like the the crust, the upper crust, the cream of the cream, you know, the creme de la creme. It's grade 25 really means that these players know exactly what they're doing. And especially as a team, if they got that grade together, it's going to be like a world of hurt for anybody they come up against. You know, to shut them down, I can really only expect another grade 25, maybe SK Gaming, you know, or Seeking for Perfection to come in and take them out, just because they're gonna know their comp and their characters in and out, and just know all of the tricks. So I don't know, dude. We're gonna have to see question marks really tighten up their game. We can't have Shawir overextending like we saw that last round, and Musashi. It's gonna come down to positioning by Afe. He can't let himself get in that position where Blisp and Zetalot are just going to be able to go to town on him, get him to 40%, and then force him to just run around and use cooldowns on himself the entire game.
And that's the key. If you can actually force, you know, your defensive cooldowns to not go down on some of your offensive players, then yeah, you're really doing self-preservation. And a hero that's doing more self-preservation than his team preservation is typically going to start, you know, getting chipped away, degraded. Especially if a goo throws on top of her head, that kind of fun stuff. Because we do have two alchemists here in this game. Goo is a very, very huge spike damage. Definitely can be used very well, especially if you can get those escapes out of the way. So they jump right onto you. You know they can't get out of you. Just goo yourself. Sure, why not? Use a clarity potion. Keep them in range. So, you know, when we do get those defensive heals going, all that offensive energy is ready to dump out into the next round. And speaking of the next round, we do have this game going up. So Blue is now ready to go up against question marks map number 2. If Blue can take this very convincingly like they did that first round, then we are going to say goodbye to question marks and we will move on. But Zetalot and Blisp, no question, they're just jumping in here. They have no fear at all. Look at this Alchemist going down. Just so many M1s landing here from Zetalot. He almost has that ultimate ready to go. And then you're going to be saying goodbye to that Alchemist because he just will not be able to catch that Stalker. Oh, the dead Ruth in that corridor. Massive damage. Pulls his Shawir right there, and Barlor is like, whatever, he could jump on me. I took no damage that round, and bam, that was massive hurt.
That's I mean, you need to have Afe not getting caught in that corridor, because that is just not where she wants to be. She has nowhere to go. Zetalot, you know, of course, I thought that Zetalot was overextending just a bit, but it's really like, who cares? You know, if they manage to get that kill, if they're just putting everything they have, and they have Afe caught in that corridor with nowhere to go, they will get it, and they'll come out on top. So it's just, if they manage to stay in the open, if they allow Musashi and Shawir, you know, to get those peels off, this is going to work out in their favor. As what just happened? Barlow just got completely melted. Shawir and Musashi returning the favor, and they just completely destroyed that Alchemist. They show, hey, it goes both ways, buddies. It's not just, this is not a one-way road here. As Blitz just getting torn down right now. Zetalot getting caught with the Venom Lunge. Double Venom Lunge going out, but Blitz has got the Cabbage Patch to keep him alive. Not going to matter at all. Shawir and Musashi sitting pretty, wrapping up that round. And that is the first round in their favor that we've seen. And to be honest, that was just like, oh yeah, you want to play that game? Well, we can play it too. Watch what we do to your Alchemist.
Look at Varlo, 5.0 on the TPS. Got off 100 healing before he blew up. So, but the big thing there is that Afe had a double sleep go down on top of both Blist and Zetalot. And by the time the sleep came up, Varlo was dead. And I mean that's a big thing. We do, you know, it's just not slim pickings here for that Alchemist. He does have those defensive cooldowns, but you know, Blisp should not have been there to get hit by the double because he was nowhere there to support Varlo. Like right now, again, big damage going down on Varlo. He retreats. Blisp is here, and look at that. The dead roots go down. Zetalot even comes back for defense, and boom, down goes Afe right there. And wow, I do not know actually why Afe was so far forward, but Shawir, he's going to jump in there with that ultimate of his. And it's actually not going to matter at all because we do lose Musashi as well. Bliss going to jump over here. Shire, he's actually not even going to move. He's going to take it like a man in the face right there as he goes down. 2-1 now for Blue. Or, yeah, for Blue. But I don't know. The question mark team is questionable team at this point because Afe just seems to get just left alone to defend her for herself. And it's only worked 1 out of 7 rounds so far.
Yeah, Afe was getting pressured by Zeta, and really what was clutch is that Blisp was getting that counter damage on a Shawir. So you had 2 targets taking a lot of damage on Cold Team. Afe forced to use those defensive abilities, like we were saying, dude. Forced to use those defensive abilities on herself, unable to get the support to Shawir that he needed to keep that damage going on to Blisp. And that's just not optimal at all. But already we see an adjustment coming here. Shawir opting to come back and peel for Afe. Zetalot not going to care about it too much, though, keeping that damage and forces the barrier. So Blisp, he is sitting pretty here. He is close to ulti, so as soon as he gets that, there's going to be a pretty viable time to get some damage out. As there it comes, we have a nice sleep by Varlo. Musashi sitting so low, but in the meantime, Afe goes down to the hunt, man. Zetalot got his ulti out there, so he was just going to be rocking that insanity damage. Dude, you get that ulti out there, all of a sudden your M1s are doing like 31 damage a pop. It's just too much to be dealt with. As Alchemist, as any kind of healer, you cannot out-heal it. It's too much. You can't even CC him, as every time he lands an M1, his deviate, his space ability is going to be off cooldown. So he can just bounce all over the place. You're not going to land any kind of sleep, any kind of fear, anything at all on him to get the peels out. So unless you've got like an other side or even a barrier, but a barrier isn't going to really do anything either, it's just too much damage to be dealt with. If you have no control on him, Zetalot is going to get a kill. And look at what we saw. You know, we saw the roots come out, Musashi was low, and Zetalot just unable to support his teammate, unable to support himself, just going down to the relentless pressure.
And that's it. That is going to be the quarterfinals match. Blue will move on to the semis. I do believe they're going to be taking on the winner of last round, who now actually escapes me. Who won last round? What were we just watching? I don't know. But we're going to go look at the brackets. We're going to move on here, guys. Qualifying Cup number 3 here for Beyond Gaming.